Alright guys, welcome. So this will be a quick video, or at least I'll try and make it quick. I'm going to go through every character in the game. My intention is to make it easier for people to figure out who's who, but I don't want to give away all the answers in this video. If people actually want me to make a video where I do that, then request it in the comments. After watching this video, you'll know who is safe, unsafe, and who to scrutinize. That being said, I'll only give this warning once. This video is full of spoilers. If you want to play blind, click off the video now because everything from here on will be spoilers. Those people gone? Last warning. Alright. So, the guests in this game can be either set, meaning they're always human or always visitor, or they can be randomized. I'm going to go down this list and tell you whether they're a set character or if they're random. Also, major spoiler, right? Skip ahead 10 seconds if you don't want to hear it, because it has to do with figuring out it'll change how you play the game, basically. So skip ahead 10 seconds, you don't want to hear it. So the spoiler is that every character in the game has a human human version and a visitor version. There's only two. So if you figure out what test will reveals which one, you only need to do those tests to figure them out, right? So that's been about 10 seconds. Alright, so I'll be frank, I know that some people might be saying, why make this video if you won't tell us everything, and that's a fair question. My honest answer is that the game is still relatively new. I know every character's alignment, but I don't know every single test, and I'd be spoiling the game for myself if I looked into it. If you guys request it in the comments, then I'll make a video and I'll go over every test, every minor detail difference, so that way you'll be an expert and you can always know and tell who is who. But just if you want that, just request it in the comments. But give me a few days, so I can play the game for myself first a little bit more. So, on that note, moving on. First things first. This little girl, I saw a playthrough, I think it was Queso's, in the demo, where he didn't let her in. Somebody didn't let her in. She is always human. Don't be a monster. Let her in the damn house. Alright? So, moving on. Bar dude, always human. Cashier girl, always a visitor. She has some interesting dialogue if you keep her around, though. Coat guy, always a visitor. Also has some very interesting dialogue. I think he has a secret if you keep him around and keep talking to him. I think that the secret, I haven't gotten it yet, but I think if he does it, you get an achievement for it. So if you're achievement hunting, keep him around. Just keep in mind it'll be dangerous. It'll get people killed. So widowed woman, she's always human. Please don't kill her, she's suffered enough. I promise you she's always human. This dude, sun guy, who I like to call Jack Black because look at him, random. I'm pretty sure if you refuse him at the door, he offers you an item. I think it's kombucha, don't know if it's always that. But if you refuse him at the door, he'll offer you that. You can't have more than one stack of kombucha, by the way, so don't worry about, losing the previous one. Moving on, Among Us guy, random, doctor, random, big mama, always a visitor. She's also one of the only people the ear test works on. Old lady, random, bearded dude, random. These three don't come in your house. Pale dude. Moving on. So this guy, dude in a suit. So he is random, but spoiler, skip ahead like another 10 seconds, you don't want to hear it. He can be a killer regardless of whether he is human or visitor. So if you're letting him in your house at all, just be careful, because he can even kill you in the ending of the game. Alright, moving on. The seductress woman. So she is random. She has not only an achievement, but also an ending attached to her. So keep that in mind. This twin and this twin. So I found out recently, apparently they can actually, that they're actually random. I thought they were always human. It turns out that they just have a very high chance to be human. So, strategically speaking, it's typically smart to let them in, because, you know, they have a high chance of being human and you get 2 people for it. That being said, I don't know if both of them will be visitors or if it can be one or the other. I do know that if you shoot one, the other one will refuse to take your test, so try and confirm that both of them are visitors first before you start blasting. Moving on, Angry Nerd, random. Best Son, random. Cat lady, the cat girl slash ballerina, always a visitor. So obviously a visitor, you can say, I don't think you're human, and she responds basically saying, and? So, just keep in mind, you know, letting her in gives you the cat, and that unlocks, endings as well as the mechanic to feed it so people don't die. Teenager girl, random. Guy clawed his eyes out, always human. Stand-up dude, random. Couple, random. The cultist, always human. Stoner, random. The music gangrene dude, random. Minister, random. If you refuse him at the door, he will offer you, I think it's Inajeka. Also, he's one of the few people that I can think of that can offer you more items from conversations with him. So let him in. Letting him in would be worth it for that. The first time you have a conversation with him, he'll ask you for beer. If you give him beer, he'll offer you money. Refuse the money, and he'll give you kombucha instead. Fireman, always human. Wiremouth, always human. The FEMA cosplayer, always human. Fortune teller, random. Injured guy, random. Gravedigger, random. Mandela catalog intruder looking random. Homeless man, random. Neglectful mother, random. Nun, random. This annoying little prick is random. Fuck him. Bandana dude, random. Cab driver, random. Kindergarten teacher, always human. Conspiracy theorist, random. Wheelchair dude, random. If you get the visitor version of him, one of his tests actually gives you an achievement. I just don't want to reveal which one it is because, you know, theming. Border Patrol woman, random. The Immortal Man, always a visitor. He's also one of the only other people that the ear check works on. This chick, I have no idea what her deal is. I think, one of my friends pointed out, I don't know for sure, think she's right, but I think that these two characters are connected, because, you know, this dude says that he's looking for some girl in a poncho, so I think that if you have him in your house when she shows up, then something happens there. I don't know. And finally, this dude, random. So, that's all the characters. Yeah, if you guys want me to make a video where I say, like, every single test you can do on each character and how they're all different, the minor details, all that stuff, let me know in the comments, and I'll make a video for it. With that, I hope you guys have a good one. Appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm Tiger Falco. Peace.